Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to all. I am John Getches. I am a Senior Vice President with Ginnie Mae, and today's agenda of the ceremony will consist of some opening remarks by each of our presidents, President Tozer, President Shishido. It'll be followed by the official signing ceremony, and then afterward we encourage each of you to introduce yourself to our guests at the reception to follow. I would like to at least briefly introduce our esteemed presidents. First, from our visiting delegation, Mr. Shinya Shishido is the president of the Japan Housing Finance Agency. This is a Japanese government-sponsored entity specializing in securitizing 35-year fixed-rate housing loans purchased from private financial institutions. That mission, that activity, should sound familiar to each and every one of us in this room. Mr. Shishido has been in this position as a leader since April of 2011. Prior to his appointment, Mr. Shishido was president and CEO of the Jutaka Loan Servicing. That too should be familiar to everybody in this room, that activity. Prior to that, he was senior executive director, member of the Board of Government Housing Finance Agency, a former entity of Japan Housing Finance Entity. All told, Mr. Shishido has 40 years of rich experience in the industry that we all partake in. To show you how much of an influence Mr. Shishido and his team have, upon their arrival to Washington, D.C., we have sunny skies. We have temperatures that are 30 degrees warmer since the plant began. President Tozer, too, is long tenured in this industry, having spent his formative 30 years at National City Bank, building that into one of our nation's prominent lenders of conventional government and private label residential mortgages. Upon his arrival to Ginnie Mae, going on almost 4 years, President Tozer has energetically embraced Ginnie Mae's mission to link capital, global capital, to our nation's housing markets. His visits to Japan and other nations that vigorously support our securities program is the reason we're here today. With that, I'd like to have Mr. Tozer open with his remarks, followed by President Shishido.
Thank you, Mr. Getches. Good morning. On behalf of the Secretary of the U.S. Department of Housing and Redevelopment, I'd like to welcome our guests from the Japanese Housing Finance Agency, President Shishido, Mr. Kobayashi, their Chief Economist, and Mr. Date, the Director of MBS Operations. I'm delighted to see so many leaders in the U.S. housing finance industry here today. Today, we are formally recognizing the important relationship between Japan and Ginnie Mae as partners contributing to the stability of the global housing finance markets. Japan is an essential partner of Ginnie Mae, which is recognized by signing this first international intergovernment Memorandum of Understanding on housing and housing finance. Our nations share a common interest. They are especially true concerning housing finance. Japan has become one of Asia's most successful democracies and largest economies. The U.S.-Japan alliance is a cornerstone of U.S. security in Asia and fundamental to the regional stability and prosperity. It is based on these vital interests and shared values that such stability in the Asia-Pacific region is possible. The preservation and promotion of political economic freedom, support of human rights and democratic institutions, and security and prosperity for the people of both countries and international community as a whole. The Japanese Housing Finance Agency proposed a Memorandum of Understanding between Ginnie Mae to the Embassy of Japan and to share information on housing markets and housing finance. It is our belief that this Memorandum of Understanding between the Japanese Housing Finance Agency and Ginnie Mae will highlight the importance of the bilateral relationship between the United States and Japan. This is the first MOU between Ginnie Mae and the Japanese Housing Finance Agency. Through the exchange of information on housing and housing markets, we anticipate enhanced understanding of the mortgage markets across both countries. The Japanese Housing Finance Agency conducts a securitization mission similar to Ginnie Mae. The Japanese Housing Finance Agency is enterprise within the Japanese Ministry of Finance. Ginnie Mae is a government-owned corporation within the Department of Housing and Urban Development. Both agencies commit to leverage the private capital to support their country's affordable housing policies, and I'm excited that our partnership will share our MBS expertise as our housing and economic policies in our respective countries are making tremendous progress. Clearly, Japan and the Japanese Housing Finance Agency recognize the important role that Ginnie Mae plays in housing finance. Ginnie Mae's successful business, the relationship of the private market with the government, delivering top security capabilities and operational expertise that attracts global capital to the American housing finance system. Ginnie Mae has a sound financial strength. We pride our stability, and we are building for the future. The Memorandum of Understanding recognizes Ginnie Mae as a respected model for providing avenues for homeownership to large segments of the U.S. population. The dream of homeownership is not only cherished by the U.S. and Japan, but also other emerging countries within the Asia-Pacific region. The milestone success of Ginnie Mae, $1.5 trillion in outstanding balance, also proves witness to the global acceptance of Ginnie Mae as an important component to the U.S. economic recovery and improving housing market. Through strength, simplicity, and the agility of the MBS guarantee program, Ginnie Mae has seen steady increased growth in its share of the secondary market in the past 5 years. A healthy financial institution that has generated positive earnings through the recent crisis. Ginnie Mae has continued that trend and in fiscal year 2013 generated a profit for the U.S. government of just over $625 million. Ginnie Mae's guarantee a portfolio of approximately 9.1 million mortgages, and as of September 30th, 2013, stood at $1.5 trillion in mortgages. Our annual portfolio growth since the crisis has averaged about 12.2% per year. The MOU is a formal recognition of the importance of the success of Ginnie Mae program to raise funding for low to moderate income Americans. By signing this Memorandum of Understanding, Japan is acknowledging the start of an ongoing educational relationship which will enhance the investor base of both agency securities. Here we hope to leverage the information gained with this MOU to support homeownership increases in other Asian countries, which greatly respect Japan's development of a sophisticated housing finance system, which has successfully weathered a period of prolonged economic contraction and has one of the highest homeownership rates in Asia. Thank you, President Shishido, for bringing your team here to Washington. I look forward to working with you and look forward to working with many housing finance leaders here today. I believe we'll be working together on this solid partnership for many years to come. Thank you.
Thank you, President Tozer. I would now ask President Shishido for his opening remarks as well.
おはようございます。本日このような晴れがましい席にお呼びいただきましてご挨拶できることを本当に心から光栄に思っております。
Well, it is my greatest honor to be able to speak to you today.
お話に入る前に私と一緒に日本から来たメンバーを紹介いたします。
And before I start my remarks, I would like to take this opportunity to introduce the members of my team who came with me to Washington, D.C.
小林と伊達でございます。
Mr. Kobayashi, Masahiro Kobayashi.
私ども住宅金融支援機構は全額政府出資の独立行政法人であり、1950年に設立されました住宅金融公庫の権利、債務を承継した組織として2007年に設立されました。
My organization, Japan Housing Finance Agency, or so-called JHF, took over the various obligations and rights owned by our predecessor, Government Housing Loan Corporation, and that was established in 1950. However, we took over and our organization itself was established in 2007 as a Japanese independent administrative agency.
住宅金融支援機構はかつて住宅金融公庫が行っておりました直接融資は原則行わず、提携いたします民間金融機関からが融資いたしました35年固定金利の住宅ローン債券を買い取り証券化する業務を行っております。
Well, although we succeeded in a way, the GHLC, or Government Housing Loan Corporation, we did not inherit their loan origination activities. Rather, we purchase and securitize 35-year fixed interest housing loan, which is originated by private financial institutions.
また、民間金融機関が発行いたしました MBS の元利払い保証も行っております。
We also guarantee timely payment of principals and interest of the loans originated by private institutions.
これら我々のビジネスモデルはジニー・メイを代表とする米国の住宅ローン証券化スキーム、これを学習し参考にして作ったものであります。
This business model of ours, first of all, was created by studying the housing loan securitization scheme of the United States, mainly Ginnie Mae.
今日に至るまでにはさまざまな困難もございましたが、近年事業も安定化し、住宅金融支援機構は今や日本最大の MBS 発行体としてその位置づけを得ております。
We had to go through a difficult period and there were ups and downs until now. However, in recent years, our business has been stabilized and we got on to right tracks. And our organization, JHF, is now the largest MBS issuer in Japan, and we established as a very reliable, stable organization in Japan.
ビジネスモデルを宣伝させていただいたという意味においても、ジーニー・メイには御礼を申し上げなければなりません。
And I feel that I have to express our appreciation because we learned from you, and also we took advantage of your business model, which was increasingly sophisticated and improved by your own efforts. So thank you very much.
今回の MOU 締結は住宅金融支援機構およびジーニー・メイ双方にとって初めてのものであります。
MOU we are about to sign is the first of this kind that we ever sign with any other organizations or counterparts. And I believe this is the first of this kind for Ginnie Mae as well.
これは日米両国の緊密な関係を象徴するものであると同時に、両機関の経験、知見、これの交換を通じて住宅金融市場の理解の進化と、これにより誘発された形で改善、新たな制度等の創設等で国民への貢献が大きく期待されるところであります。
I strongly believe this MOU represents and symbolizes a very close and strong relationship that we have between Japan and the United States. And at the same time, through this MOU and through various activities in sharing our experience and findings and knowledge between the two institutions, I also believe that this MOU will contribute greatly for the deepening of understanding of housing finance market in each country and in the global market. And then also, I believe that we will be able to make more contributions for homeowners and general public.
具体的な取り組みは実務者協議等において詳細を調整していかなければなりませんが、例示を挙げますと、住宅金融市場動向につきまして円卓会議を日米両国で開催するなど、さまざまな企画が考えられるところであります。
We still need to discuss on a working level as to specific programs and activities we are going to engage with you. However, for example, we will be able to hold roundtable discussions to discuss the housing finance market and market situations between the two countries, and we can think of many other useful activities.
また今回このように日米で築きましたこの関係をアジア諸国にも拡大していきたいというふうに考えております。
Under this MOU, I also hope that we will be able to build up this MOU with the United States and expand the horizon to cover Asia Pacific area and have various activities with those countries in that area.
最後になりますが、MOU 締結に強い指導力のもと導いてくれた当座総裁、そして、今回数々の苦難のところを努力していただいた日米の事務局の皆様に感謝を申し上げたいと思っております。
Lastly, but not the least, I would like to take this opportunity to express my heartfelt appreciation to President Tozer, who exerted very effective, strong leadership in signing this MOU. And then I also would like to thank the people of both organizations, particularly those who worked behind the scene as a part of secretariats to overcome sometimes challenging situations and led us to come to this day. Thank you.
ジーニーメイとジーニーメイ関係者のますますの発展と、そして我々のなお一層の交流強化を記念いたしまして、私の
In conclusion, I would like to once again express our appreciation and express my hope for the continuous progress and prosperity of people at Ginnie Mae and Ginnie Mae itself and our relationship. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, President Shishido. Now for the really cool part. The official signing ceremony of the first ever Memorandum of Understanding between Japan Housing Finance Agency and Ginnie Mae. I also want to go on public record that it is my first MOU that I will witness, and so that's really cool too. Thank you. All right, let's get the cameras.
ちょっと日本のフルペンで書きます。
Okay. I brought myself this pen, Japanese pen, but it can be used as a Japanese traditional calligraphy pen.
Hey, Mr. Tozer. Thank you. Thank you.
Let's have another round of applause. Come on. We need that. So please, that concludes the ceremony. But